Welcome to Health Tech Talk. This is where business, healthcare, and technology collide. Our host, Ben Chodor, interviews healthcare innovators and industry titans who are striving to make the world healthier with bleeding-edge human ingenuity. You'll hear it all on Health Tech Talk. Now, here's your host, Ben Chodor.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am Ben Chodor, and you're listening to Health Tech Talk, broadcasting live from 640 WGST and the iHeartRadio studios and streaming worldwide on the iHeartRadio network. I want to wish a special happy Valentine's Day to everyone listening, especially to my wife and to my daughter Rachel and my wife Julie, and a special shout out, since we are broadcasting also in Atlanta, to Georgia Tech baseball, which is starting their season this weekend, and a special shout out to AJ Murray, who's on the team. Go get him, Georgia Tech. And I want to introduce my first guest. I'm really, really excited to have Jackie Fairley on our show. Jackie is the CEO of Starpharma. Jackie, happy Valentine's Day, and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to jump into the first question right away. All right, you have an incredible bio. You're a doctor. You're a CEO of Starpharma. Tell me a little bit about your background and what was the road here?
Well, in fact, I'm actually not a medical doctor. I'm actually a DVM, or a veterinary surgeon, which is sort of maybe an even more interesting twist. But to be honest, I wasn't a very good surgeon, so I joined the pharmaceutical industry quite early in my career, and I started working for a company called CSL, which is a very large blood products manufacturer that is one of the largest players in that organization. And I've been in the industry for more than 25 years, and I've been chief executive of Starpharma since 2006.
That's great. And the company since 2006 has done some amazing things. Let my audience know a little bit about Starpharma's products and some of their applications, because you have a very diverse portfolio of products.
We do have a diverse portfolio of products, and the reason that we have such diverse products is because actually what we are is a technology platform company. So rather than a company that's founded on, one product, which is a, sort of a discovery that's made, we have a very deep patent portfolio, so more than 100 patents in a specific area of polymers. So it's a special kind of polymer, which is a spherical polymer, called a dendrimer, and we're developing a couple of examples of that in a couple of areas in the pharmaceutical industry. We have a portfolio of products called the Vivagel portfolio, one of which is the world's first antiviral condom, the Dual Protect condom, which was launched in Australia late last year, and attracted an enormous amount of interest on social media and in the media globally.
So Jackie, let me interrupt you with that. So it's the first viral, free or protection antiviral condom.
Antiviral condom in the world.
Why is that so important for my audience if they don't understand why? I mean, I think I know why, but I'd love to explain to the audience.
Yeah, so I guess people are probably aware that sexually transmitted diseases can be caused by viruses like HIV, the genital herpes virus, and the human papilloma virus. And so what this antiviral component in the lubricant does, or the Vivagel Active, is it inactivates those viruses. So it kills the viruses, if you like, 99.9% inactivation. So that reduces the number of viruses. So what you get is a combination of the chemical inactivation as well as the physical barrier. So it's a little bit analogous to, when you drive a car, you wear a seatbelt, but you still want airbags.
But Jackie, why would anyone want to use any other kind of condom? If this technology is out there, why would I use anything else? I want to be safer, right?
Well, it's a very good question, and in fact the consumer research tells us that a very high proportion of condom users are very interested in having a condom with these features. So we conducted, together with our partners, market research in 1,800 condom users in the US, Europe, Asia and South America, and we saw across both males and females and across all age groups, and indeed also across different groups of sexual orientation, a very high level of interest. So an intent to purchase of well over 80% in all of those groups.
Wow, that's amazing, and it just makes so much sense to me. And I think that's what people want. I mean, I'm always under the assumption when I was younger that any condom I would buy would protect me for everything, and it really doesn't. And so it's something you should know about. And so then I'm going to lead into the next part. So Vivigel also for bacterial vaginosis. So to my audience that doesn't know, what is vaginosis?
So bacterial vaginosis is the world's most common bacterial vaginal infection. It affects around 1/3 of women in the US. So it's around 29% of women affected in the US, and up to 50% of women in certain subcategories. And the reason it's important, so it's a bacterial infection, it's an overgrowth of bad bacteria and a reduction in the good bacteria, the lactobacilli. So it's basically an imbalance, if you like, in the bacterial population. And the reason it's important is if it goes untreated, it can lead to infertility, so pelvic inflammatory disease, and also miscarriages. So it does have some serious sequelae if not treated, but importantly, it's also highly recurrent. So someone who has bacterial vaginosis, about 50 to 60% of sufferers, they won't just have it once, they'll have it over and over and over again. And that's where Vivigel fits in, because we have in clinical trials currently in the US and in Europe and in Asia, trials looking at the use of Vivigel to stop this recurrent form. So at the moment, the only thing people can use are just antibiotics over and over and over again, which of course none of us like to take and is probably really not good for you. And so Vivigel offers the potential for something which would deal with that recurrent nature, so avoid the recurrences of the disease. And so it's currently in phase 3 trials, actually in around 50 centres around the US. Wow. And those phase 3 trials will support, we hope, the submission to the FDA for the product registration.
So, Jackie, are you also currently looking for patients to participate in this trial in the US?
Yeah, so we have, as I say, 50 trial centres across the US recruiting, so if people would like to go to our website, in fact, they can go to the FDA clinicaltrials.gov website, and they can find the Vivigel, Vivagel, Vivigel trial there, or through Starpharma's website, which is www.starpharma, starpharma.com.
You know, and I want to talk about some of your other products, and I'm about to take a commercial break in about a minute. But before that, one of the key things that you mentioned a little earlier is this show is called Health Tech Talk, and it's all about healthcare and technology and how it combines and different technologies used in healthcare. And you mentioned in the beginning, you consider yourself sort of a health technology company. You're a technology company.
We're a platform technology company, that's right. And so I've talked a bit about the Vivigel portfolio, right. But the other application of our technology that we're really excited about at the moment and is currently getting some really nice results in clinical trials is actually the use of our dendrimer technology to improve the delivery or to improve the performance of existing drugs. And the ones in particular that we're focused on are cancer drugs. And so what we're doing there is we're making current cancer drugs. So the example that we have in the clinic currently is the drug Taxotere, which is a very effective but also quite toxic cancer drug, which is used in breast cancer and prostate cancer. And we have a reformulation version of that, so a nanoparticle formulation.
All right, I'm going to cut you off right there because I want to come back and I want to talk about this, and I don't want to have to break for commercial. So I need to cut to commercial right now, and I want to give a special thanks to 1-800-Public Relations for all their PR and media support, and to Stream VPG for all their production support. And a special shout-out to Jean, our board operator, for all your help. And again, I want to wish everybody listening a happy Valentine's Day, and we'll be back after these messages.
Guys, if you've been using or wanting to try Viagra but are worried about the costs, we have great news. Now you can finally get real results at huge discounts with our Healthy Men alternative to the little blue pill. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get results for a fraction of the price? Call today and get 40 pills for only $99. Others cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us if you want real results at the lowest prices. Never pay $15 a pill for Viagra when you can get real results for less than $3 per pill. Call 800-539-8159 today and save over $500. You can have those breathtaking, toe-curling moments again and again. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Call right now and we'll rush you your supply delivered discreetly to your door. Just call 800-539-8159. That's 800-539-8159. Again, 800-539-8159.
Do you want to learn how to earn commissions of up to 20% by laundering millions of foreign dollars?
Well, we can't help you with that. But among the many IT problems we solve, Barracuda's email security solutions keep email phishing attacks like this from entering your business network and any valuable data from leaking out. Reclaim your network like 150,000 other businesses have. To learn more about stopping email-borne threats, visit barracuda.com/email.
What fuels you? Here's Kim going downtown for a dance class. Going to her daughter's soccer game.
Come on, Katie, you can do it!
Kim fuels up at Exxon and Mobil stations, where our quality gasoline helps improve fuel economy, and where she could win $1,000 in free Exxon Mobil gift cards just by telling us what fuels her, like dance class or her kids. 10 weekly winners. Full details at Exxon.com or Mobil.com. Exxon and Mobil. Energy lives here.
No purchase necessary. Ends April 7, 2015. Restrictions apply. Actual fuel economy benefits may vary.
This is a special notice to consumers who owe back taxes to the IRS. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing during the decline in the U.S. economy, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. In some cases, this may even result in back taxes being reduced. An open phone line has been established by National Tax Relief for consumers to call and see if they qualify. To ensure your financial stability during this decline in the economy, take down this number, 800-832-9615. That's 800-832-9615. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and can't afford to pay them back, there's no need to fear anymore. You may qualify for a program that could settle your delinquent tax problems and in some cases save you money. For your free information and to see if you qualify, call National Tax Relief at 800-832-9615. That's 800-832-9615. 800-832-9615.
Talk Radio 640 WGST.
Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Health Tech Talk, broadcasting from iHeart Studios at 640 WGST and streaming worldwide on the iHeart Radio Network. Again, I want to wish everyone listening a happy Valentine's Day. So, again, happy Valentine's Day. And now I want to bring back my guest, Jackie Fairley. She is the CEO of Starpharma. We just were talking in our last segment about DEP. I'm going to let Jackie explain it a little bit more. And, again, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Health Tech Talk. And with me is Jackie Fairley, CEO of Starpharma. Jackie, continue where we left off on DEP.
So DEP, or Dendrimer Enhanced Product, is actually applying our Dendrimer technology. So this is our polymer technology to create a nanoparticle formulation of existing drugs, and in this case it's docetaxel, the cancer drug which is marketed under the brand name of Taxotere. Now this is a blockbuster cancer drug which is used in all of the common cancers, breast cancer, prostate cancer, lung cancer. And what we're looking to do using our technology is to actually make it more effective, so make it more efficacious in killing the cancer, but also to reduce some of the quite problematic side effects. And as with many cancer drugs, docetaxel or Taxotere, the original drug, has some nasty side effects, including damage to your bone marrows, which can make you quite sick, hair loss, vomiting, diarrhea, those sorts of side effects. But also, it also can cause a really nasty allergic reaction because it has something in the formulation which you can react to. And so our formulation, or our DEP technology, allows us to take the detergent out of the formulation. So ours is a detergent-free formulation, which makes it means that you can't get that anaphylactic reaction to it. And indeed, also, we've seen a marked reduction in side effects. Now, it's currently in human trials. We've seen a marked reduction in toxicity in the animal studies, and we're just in the clinic now, and we're seeing some really interesting results. So we're in a low dosing phase at the moment, but we haven't seen evidence of bone marrow damage and hair loss and some of those common side effects. So it's an improved version of an existing drug, and that what we're looking to do there is have a better experience for patients in terms of better efficacy but fewer side effects.
Wow, that's really exciting. So let me take a step back and put my business hat on. And so basically you've built a drug delivery technology. So can I assume that this could be applied to other drugs? And if it can be applied to other drugs, are you working on deals with other major pharma companies?
Absolutely, it can be applied to other drugs. In fact, we've done an analysis of the top 200 pharmaceutical drugs that are currently marketed, and certainly it can be applied to more than 50% of those, so a significant proportion of drugs. And so we actually have extensive partnerships with major pharmaceutical companies today, and not all of them are in the public domain, but the ones that are AstraZeneca, Lilly and GSK. And in the case of AstraZeneca, that's a collaboration in the oncology space. And what we're doing there is we're allowing those companies to access our delivery technology to improve the performance of drugs that they may currently be marketing or they may be developing. And so it is a technology platform. We are applying it to drugs ourselves, so the docetaxel product is wholly owned by Starpharma, and that alone is a significant business opportunity for us as a company. But there are other anti-cancer drugs that we have in our pipeline as well, and in addition to that, we have a extensive partnering program looking to apply our technology to drugs that are owned by other pharmaceutical companies.
And Jackie, you're a publicly traded company.
We are. We're listed on the Australian Stock Exchange, and we also have, in the US, we have what's called an ADR program, which is traded through the OTCQX. So we're listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. The ticker symbol is SPL, and it's Starpharma Holdings, and in the US, SPHRY.
So this is really exciting. So for investors in the US, we still can participate with Starpharma.
That's correct. In fact, we have probably around 5% of our shares are currently held by US shareholders. We have a lot of very large institutions on our share registers, but about a third of our shares are held by international institutions, a third by Australian institutions, and the balance by individual shareholders. That includes a proportion of US retail shareholders.
So Jackie, this is a business show, and about 50% of my audience are institutional investors and high net worth individuals. Another third of the audience is healthcare people, and then we have the rest of the audience is just the general consumers. So I read a little piece that you were recently at the JP Morgan conference, healthcare conference in San Francisco. How was that? You must have been inundated by so many organizations that wanted to talk to you.
Well, the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference, for anyone who's attended, is a very busy conference and is attended by certainly thousands of investors, but also is very well attended by representatives of the pharmaceutical industry. And certainly we had a very successful conference. We had some really exciting discussions with some of our existing partners and new partners about the status and progress of programs that we have on foot already or that we are planning to initiate. So certainly as we have been reporting only in the very recent past the data from our clinical trial of docetaxel, which is our dendrimer nanoparticle formulation of docetaxel, which is aimed at some of those benefits I described earlier. So we certainly were getting a lot of traction and interest in those products as well as the Vivigel portfolio. So having the product currently on the market clearly is a significant milestone for the company as well.
Right, and I'll put in also for our audience listening, I've been to the JP Morgan Health Conference like 3 or 4 times, and it is a crazy show. It is back-to-back meeting. There is not a nook or cranny in San Francisco that there's not a deal being made with a VC, an M&A company, an equities company. It is a crazy time, and so I was bringing it up because I also thought, with all the amazing things you're working on, you are an awesome, organization that people should be talking to. So tying into that, what are some of the key milestones that you're hoping to have in, from 2014 going in through this year, 2015? What should we be looking for, and what are you trying to do?
So this is a very exciting period for Starpharma, not only because we've had the recent launch of the VivaGel condom in Australia, and we're looking forward to further approvals of that product and geographic rollout of that into other markets. But we also have these phase 3 VivaGel Bacterial Vaginosis trials, which are running across both the US, Europe, and in Asia. So they're an important series of trials which we're recruiting into, and they're progressing well. But we're also expecting we're going to be making filings to the regulators in a number of markets for the short-term use of VivaGel in bacterial vaginosis, so not to prevent recurrence, but in the short-term use. And so we're expecting that they will be submitted in the very near future, as well as further data out of our dep-docetaxel trial. So we expect that trial we'll probably be reporting results from that probably within the next several months. And we'll be looking to take that product further into later stage clinical trials, as well as, the potential of some significant activity on the partnering side. So, as I said, we have a very active partnering program which is running currently.
I think it's amazing. And also, how does our audience find more information out about Starpharma? Where can they go?
The best place to go is to our website, www.starpharma, starpharma.com.
And I want everyone to know that you're listening to Health Tech Talk. We're broadcasting live from the iHeartRadio studios, 640 WGST, and I am talking with Jackie Fairley. She is the CEO of Starpharma, a really fascinating company, and I'm having the pleasure of chatting with. So, Jackie, we had a little bit in the very beginning about your background and, how you became the CEO of Starpharma and the amazing products that you're building on. So since our audience is a lot of entrepreneurs, is there any advice you can give to someone trying to get into the pharma industry or in the health tech community to, help lead their journey?
Well, I think it's important to make sure that you have really good science. That's the foundation of, all successful products really in the healthcare space. So, make sure that you're not settling for anything second best, and make sure that you design into the products and the product concepts the very best that you can. I think that's a very important point. Make sure that you get good intellectual property coverage, so patent coverage, and we put a lot of effort into that. And make sure that you really hire people who have good commercial experience, because in the industry, the contacts that people have over years of involvement in the industry are very, very important in facilitating your path to market. So I think it's important to make sure that you really focus on those.
Has the journey been what you expected it to be?
To be perfectly honest, when I decided to leave veterinary practice and go into the pharmaceutical industry, I had absolutely no idea of what to expect. And it really wasn't until after I did my MBA and learned about the business side of things that I realized that actually that was extremely interesting to me. And so I have to say that I didn't really plan it from the beginning. And my advice is don't try and plan your career too much. Be opportunistic and be brave. Make sure that you're willing to take risks. And, if you stumble, then pick yourself up and keep moving on.
Great. So, Jackie, as we're wrapping up this section and this segment, is there anything else you want to tell our audience about Starpharma?
Well, just that I think if you're interested by what you've heard, I encourage you to take a look at the website, and if you have questions, feel free to put in through a question through our investor relations portal there. It is a true technology platform. We're very excited about it, and indeed we're really excited about the ability to really change the lives of patients in those areas where our products apply. So I have to tell you, it's one of the most satisfying things I've encountered in my whole career to be involved in the development of an anti-cancer agent which has the ability potentially to reduce the side effects, because they are really debilitating.
That's amazing, Jackie. I got to interrupt you because I got to take a commercial break. I want to thank you and have a happy Valentine's Day, and we'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Talk Radio 640 WGST,